GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
I love it when I hit the wrong damn buttons.
You got happy with your clicker finger?
Yeah.
That's okay. Give me a chance to share it out.
There you go. That's what I was doing too. I got a few more to go, so you'll see me clicking away in the background. But everybody, welcome to another wonderful edition of the Otter's Den. With me, Keith. We got Jan, and we got Adrienne. I can't get my fingers right.
I'm on the bottom.
There.
Oh, good.
Okay, right there. There, I finally got it. And we don't know what the hell we're going to talk about tonight, so we're just going to roll with it. If you got questions, ask them. We'll go through them, and we're just going to have fun tonight.
Welcome to my world.
Fun tonight.
Well, we were talking before the show. The reason why we're so late or bad. I'd like to say hi to everybody already in the chat.
Lois.
We're talking about our crazy dreams.
Oh God, they've been nasty.
Anybody else? Like, what is going on? I don't like this. I got to work. I can't be up at 2 a.m.
I slept on the couch the other night, and Jesse thought he was in trouble. I was like, no, the dreams are crazy. My pain level was skyrocketing. And I just laid on the couch and I just shook for about, an hour with pain and the dreams I was having because they were so real. Go ahead, Keith.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. They're so hyper realistic.
That's a good definition. That's a good definition.
I went to the basement. Done.
Hey, Lisa.
And I don't want to keep him up.
Yeah, exactly. It's not his drama.
Right. But it's going to be his trauma.
Trauma.
No, I hope not.
At least I'm old enough to not go. So I had this dream that you were cheating on me, right? I usually, if I have
Everyone has done that.
I've looked at him the next morning over coffee and went, so was she good? And he goes, oh, I'm like the girl in my dream.
It's not even right. You know, my first wife would actually get so pissed if she dreamt that she would kick me out of the house
Oh no.
over a
No.
dream.
There's got to be a point you know the difference. There, no.
It's like it's in your head. I was here with you last night.
Yeah.
In bed with you. Just saying.
I don't care.
Okay. Hey Chris, how you doing?
You know, like I was saying, I just had a dream like where you and I were married, Keith, and we were in this old Victorian house and everything else. I don't picture it like it's you and I married. No, we're going to be dealing with somebody who's married. Hey, Jeremy.
Right.
We're going to be dealing with somebody who's
this.
married in this. You can't see the chair. It's on the side.
I could only see certain people, and Jeremy ain't one of them. I don't know what's going on.
But, you know, I know it's a case that we're coming up, with. So obviously I don't know the people. I don't know anything of what's going to happen. So the energy is just telling me X, Y, Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Denise.
I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't seen anything on Astra 31.
No.
Astra 31. Oh, 3i Atlas. It's 3i Atlas. For those of you who don't know what 3i Atlas is, it is a very large object coming into our solar system from way out beyond. And the trajectory that it's on is it's uncanny. It's like it's programmed. It is going to pass by each planet while making an orbit around the sun. It is timed just right to run by each planet, including Earth, go behind the sun, and then come back out. Now, there are people, scientists, who are saying it is not a natural object. It's not a comet. It has no tail. It doesn't match an asteroid with the things it's given off. They think it possibly might be an actual ship of some kind. Then there are those that say, no, it's a comet. Okay, we're going to find out. We're going to find out very soon. It's going to be here in November.
Yep.
So this could be very interesting. If nothing else, we get to study a new object from interstellar space.
Yeah.
That's never been here before.
Yeah.
And that is going to give science a jump start, I hope. And if not, hey, guess what? Might be the Anunnaki coming from Planet 9, which the scientists are also saying is now real. Finally, yeah, it's out there. It's affecting the orbit. The gravitational force from this planet is affecting things out there.
And
So
that's the thing. I feel when I'm awake at night, and this only happened 2 nights in a row, so I'm not going to get too crazy, but it feels like doom. It feels like, do what you need to do now, because, whatever it is you need to say, whatever it is you need to do, you need to do it, because who knows? I have to check with Joni about the exact astrology, but that isn't the astrology. Mercury, communication, proper, open communication, truth coming out. Saturn, the outer planets are retrograding back into their
last sign, and then they'll be moving forward again. There's some huge stuff up there going on, and that has a lot to do with the dreams, along with the Schumann resonance. It's normally 7.83. It's been hitting 7,700, blacking out. It is crazy. And then we get the solar flares on top of it, and everybody's going nuts.
It's funny because Jan knows that the truth is definitely coming out. There's no doubt about it. She's the only one that really knows about it.
Right, Jeremy?
And she knows when I post some shit that it's like, people are going, where did she come up with this? Well, usually you can ask Jen and she'll tell you where I come up with it because there's a story behind it. I just post a little bit of it, just like you do, Keith.
Yeah, a little snippet. Here's this. Go to your homework.
Yeah, and you know, the truth definitely has been coming out. I've found out I have a brother, which it was thought I might. But here's the best part. I'm not the oldest. I am not the oldest of this bunch.
Bonus.
He's a year older than me, which means my ho daddy was 15.
All right.
As my brother puts it, he's spreading the love without the glove. That's exactly what he was doing.
Sammy Safety says, slip it on before you slip it in.
You would
I
think.
was about ready to say, oh,
think.
Keith, you just took it out of my mouth.
But no, apparently not. But anyway, we reached out to him to see if, you know, he wanted to talk to us. As far as I know, there's not been a response yet. I don't blame him. He had the same experience I did. He met our biological dad, and then he told us don't contact us again. But now the siblings are reaching out saying, hey, that wasn't us. We were kids. That was not us. Now we want a relationship. So we'll see what happens. You know, if he needs us,
let it flow.
We're there. If he doesn't, someday he might. Who knows?
Yeah. Someday he might just have a
with
curiosity.
everything that goes on with my family. Yeah. I always told my cousins, which unfortunately they followed their parents' path. But I always told them, you know, it doesn't matter what our parents did. We make up our own minds. We are our own generation. We are our own people. You know, we can do what we want.
We are our own creators.
Yeah. That's right.
Speaking of creation, Renee's comment, I truly think and believe the Project Bluebeam is ramping up, and that is entirely possible. If you don't know what Project Bluebeam is, that is a fake alien invasion.
Oh, I have that on my bingo card.
To get that one world government going, one world religion going. They are supposed to use holograms in order to project gods into the sky, saying people this, that, the other thing, and they can do it. They can do it. But you know, all the drones over Pennsylvania and everywhere, and then you know we got 3i Atlas coming in. It could be that the deep state is still trying to set that up. I don't think the T administration is doing this. I think it's the deep state. They're still trying to get those people taken care of. They know who they are. They're just gathering evidence, and it's going to happen. We just have to have patience. And yes, I don't like that word, but we'll see.
And that's the thing. We don't know who's doing it. We never know who's doing it.
We don't.
You know, and Jan will tell you firsthand. She's been raised military. You ain't going to know shit, but they do. They do. But that doesn't mean you do. That doesn't mean the daughter does. That doesn't mean the husband does. That doesn't mean the wife does. You're done.
I still don't know where my ex-husband was during 9/11.
Right.
The technology they have is 20 to 30 years above and beyond what they are telling us they have right now. I'll guarantee.
Here's what scares me. And I don't know if anybody else has brought this up. I'm sure they have. Here's what scares me. They have found cities underneath the temples and the Egyptian, you know, whatever. They found cities way under, which means the wind, the ground has covered them up, and They were more advanced than we are right now. Now, it may not be with electricity and technology, but they were more advanced than we are right now. Did they screw themselves? Are we about to screw ourselves? I mean, what's going on?
The pyramid. Okay, you have the pyramid on top. Then there are pillars going down 2 kilometers with a spiral going around it all the way down, sitting on top of two large boxes. Okay. There are theories that the pyramids were actually energy generators, and they used them to produce chemicals like anhydrous ammonia for fertilizer in large quantities. There are traces of chemicals in the walls. Different rooms have different chemicals. The rose granite and everything that they have resonates at certain frequencies. You compress granite, has a lot of quartz in it. You get piezoelectric electricity, like your lighter that you push a button and click it and it lights. That is like on your barbecue grill. That is piezo. I can't say it again. I'm blonde. The brain thing's hitting tonight too, but it creates electricity, and it was covered in white limestone that did not conduct, but had a gold capstone that did. So that energy beam coming up, going out. They had the Baghdad battery. They did have electricity back then. It's just most of the mainstream science doesn't want to admit it. The technology they had back then, they've also found, they think they found the Egyptian labyrinth, an entire, and it's since they built the dam over there in the Nile, it is filling up with water. So we may not be able to get down there in order to actually look at it. But there's records of it, and they found it. This new SARS radar they have, it's going to do amazing things. And what they're finding out is the other 2 pyramids also have this under it. There is a huge city down there, like you were saying, and now they're going to be looking at other pyramids, and they think there's stuff under those too. This is what we know about our past. They're standing up. We don't know shit.
No, and we've screwed ourselves before, and here we are again. We know too much, and we can't handle it because our human brains just don't deal with it well.
I'm excited. I am excited. I want to know.
Well, yeah. But will we? I mean, here on Earth, will we know?
In our lifetime, will we know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to. I really do.
I do believe that this lifetime, this time frame, by the time that we're like 80.
Boy, you got big hopes, don't you? Because some of us ain't gonna live to 80. I can tell you that. Right?
I'm gonna be doing CPR on you. I don't give a fuck if you got a DNR. You are living just as long as I am.
Are you threatening me?
Here.
Are you
I leave before you. Huh?
You're not leaving before me. No, ma'am.
We sound like a married couple, don't we?
I know the states that have made. You will not leave before me.
Keith, you know our lifetime plan, right?
Yeah. Hang on. Keep that thought. Zisa and self-driving cars is scary. They already have them. They have self-driving semi-trucks. They've already.
Yeah.
Out here in the oil fields, and Adrienne will tell you, out here in the oil fields, a lot of our equipment is self-driving. Our water trucks are self-driving, just because it is too dangerous for us to be out in that heat for as long as we need to be. If something were to break down, New Mexico is a vast, wide, empty state.
Yeah.
And I'd like to keep it that way so everybody can just sit out of my state. We have no population. We are so rural. We have what, 3 major cities, Adrienne? Not even that.
Four.
And Cruces.
No. Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's it. And Keith just learned this weekend that Santa Fe is the oldest capital in the North America. So just to let you guys know, if anybody else's state claims that they have the oldest capital, they don't. New Mexico does. And we're the second youngest state. But no, self-driving. animatron. What are they called? Animatron?
Animatronics. Yeah.
Animatronics. Yeah. It's not scary. You know what? Our farm equipment, a lot of it is run off of GPS now too.
Yeah.
Where we just program in a grid, kind of like your little vacuum cleaners. What are those called? The RoboVacs.
Yeah.
You program in the area, you program in the parameter, and it's all ran off of GPS.
GPS, yes.
So just
Problem with that, it can be hacked.
Yes.
And problem with that is the poles are moving so fast they are constantly having to upgrade the compasses and everything that the GPS uses. Not only for that, but also for planes, your maps, everything. It's
Jesse can talk to us about all of that because he has to be updated with all of that with the new CAT equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had one crash last night here, just a few miles over. 2 planes crashed together.
Mm-hmm.
We had an
I am
F-35
so
go down.
sick of seeing that. I mean, like, it's constant now.
We had an F-35 2 days ago crash here in New Mexico on takeoff. We barely missed it.
These are
On
both
our
trying to land, I think. But there's no
Yeah,
reason
the
for
self-scrub,
it to
floor
happen.
scrubbers.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was commenting on Chris. She said the self-floor scrubbers at the grocery stores, hospitals, and
Yeah.
those freak me out.
Robot.
Especially when they tell you, excuse me. No, you move.
I've never seen them.
Really? Oh, they're freaky.
Yeah, they've got mowers also, like she said, that you can program, runs off GPS. You take it out and mow one time and every process.
Yeah, because I'm going to hit a flower, and then it's going to hit it every time after that.
They make them just where I work in Beatrice. They make them just.
What if it runs over a kid?
We're getting rid of humanity. We are getting rid of the human element, and you can't convince me it's not on purpose. It is on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting rid of human. I mean, some of it helps, yes. I mean, like the self-checkout lines, things like that. I do like the self-checkout lines because I can get in and out. I have no problem with that.
Right, but where's my paycheck?
Well, I don't even care about that. I just want in and out, not stand in these long-ass lines because they will not get other people. They'll only have like 2 cashiers, and then that's your choice. But it has to be 15 and under here, 15 items or under, or you cannot get in those lines anymore.
When I was a kid, I'm sure you remember this, you walk into the grocery store, every checkout lane had a checker.
I'm old enough to remember my dad walking into Safeway smoking a cigarette.
And there were ashtrays.
I vividly remember him putting it on the floor and stepping on it in the middle of the store. And I was like, at 4 years old, I knew you don't do crap like that. That's unsanitary. That's disgusting. Just don't.
I remember walking into the mall and everybody's smoking in the mall. I remember smoking in airplanes.
In the bars.
In bars, yes. Even when I was old enough.
You walk into a bar and it was so smoky in there you couldn't hardly see. The smoke eaters couldn't keep up. I mean, yeah.
Yep. But, I have no problem with that being gone. I don't. But
I don't either, really. I did it first, but I don't now.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting rid of humanity.
Hold on, wait. Y'all don't live in Wisconsin. That's your problem. Y'all don't live in Wisconsin when they got rid of smoking in the bars and nobody had heaters outside and you're standing out there and you know what it's like to be colder than a witch's titty, okay? I had to go find my nipples the next spring. I'm just saying. They just went tink tink. And I'm like, God, please hope nobody shovels those bitches into the snowbank.
I just learned about a month ago what brass monkey really meant.
Brass monkey. That funky junkie.
I didn't know that.
My last name used to be Rungy. And when my ex-husband was in the military, they used to call him Brass Monkey. Is
that how it's said?
Huh?
Is that how it's said? Rungy?
Brass monkey?
No,
Rungy?
rungy.
Yeah, rungy.
I've always said runge.
No, it's rungy.
Okay. I learned something new.
Yeah,
I've always pronounced it runge.
It used to be Yanis Rungi or Runch. Yanis Runch. When I lived in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I never knew
no.
they were calling my name.
The brass monkey, I actually watched a video on it about it being on the ships and you know that when it got cold they would contract, so the little balls that were on them, that's where they got balls frozen off a brass monkey, because they would really freeze off of there and no longer hold. So yeah, I learned something new.
Yeah, it gets cold enough, things start to kind of come back into your body to stay warm. So y'all can call me Turtle.
Adrienne got to experience a Wisconsin winter.
Yeah.
A blizzard.
Never again.
It gets cold up there. It gets cold here in Nebraska too.
You know what? I don't care about cold. It's those roads. I have a problem with those roads. And they are going off a side of a mountain. Okay, like you move over and you're going off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Try driving an 18-wheeler down, up and down.
Nope. We were driving something that was not even a four-wheel drive.
Are you talking about me and you?
Yes. It had
Florida.
Florida
tires. It was a rental car from Florida.
No two-wheel drive. It was two-wheel drive. There was no four-wheel drive. There was no front-wheel flipping drive. It was crazy. No.
He started freaking out when we found out that there was a pileup. She's like, oh my God, there's a pileup. And I'm like, it's on the other highway. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sit down.
This was right next to Nick's house, Nick Muley. We were going to go see him.
Yeah, there was
and then we get a call. Her son is in that pileup.
Yep. Yeah.
Not cool.
It got personal quickly.
Chris understands. I mean, snow is snow, ice is ice, roads are roads.
And that means I am sitting at home in front of that radiator.
Keith, you want to know trust? I legit. She drove me absolutely batshit crazy on this road.
Yes, I did.
We get into Wisconsin. We stop at a gas station, and I told her, I said, all right, Adrienne, there is no hotel room. There is no stopping. There is no pulling over. It is 2 lanes. You're going to trust me. You're going to sit there and shut up, or you're going to take 2 gummies and shut the fuck up.
There you go.
So right after I said that, it was like, 15 minutes later, I have to pass this snowplow. And Adrienne's like, you just need to go slower. You just need to go slower. And I said, no, you go slower and you're going to get rear-ended. Like, no way. I'm not going to go slow. I'm going to pass this. And she goes, no, you're not. And I knew I was going to spin out. So I literally passed this snowplow. And as I'm going back over, I hit that snowdrift and I do the spin, let go of the wheel.
And there is a drop off.
Everything. And then I stop conversation for about 2.2 seconds, feel the give in the car, put my hand gently back on the wheel and hit the gas pedal and go.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. And I start the conversation right where I left off. And Adrienne's just like.
Yeah, most times you start to go into a spin, like in snow and ice, water, whatever. You let off the gas.
Let off the gas.
9 times out of 10, that's all you got to do. If you try to steer your way out of it, you're going to overcompensate. Just let off the gas. Your ass end's going to come back over. Gently apply the brakes a little at a time. Just get you slowed down. You're going to be okay. But practice.
Yep.
When we were kids, we went out in the country and we practiced on them gravel roads and parking lots with the snow. We practiced.
I taught all the kids how to handle the Suburban. If you can handle the Suburban in Kmart parking lot after our first big snowfall, and Chris will know what I'm talking about, and ice, there's your open parking lot.
Yeah.
Here's the Suburban. Go whip shitties in it. go do your figure eights, go
Yep.
do this, go do that, figure out the control of the car.
Yeah.
And once you get that control, 9 times out of 10, you can get into any vehicle and have that control.
Yeah, it's called practice.
No, my ass just stays home because I know I don't have that control.
That's why I drive.
Wild Bill, how the hell are you, brother? Ladies and gentlemen, Wild Bill.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Him and I have been to some parties. Let me tell you what.
What are you doing, girl? What's wrong?
Is that my Rose?
Yep. What's going
That
on?
was my dog, people. She kidnapped her. She dog napped this dog.
Come here. Come on. Come
Puppy
on.
dog?
You want a bite? No bite? Come on. You got to get up here. Come on. Come on.
My kitty's
All right,
sleeping.
bite. All right, come here. Let's go. Okay.
She used to fit in the palm of my hand, Keith.
Hi,
I
puppy
tear
dog.
the pocket of my sweater. Look at that fatty now. Oh, my
What's
Rose.
her name?
Rose.
Hi, Rose. Hi, Rose. What you doing? Hi, Rose. How you doing?
What do you see? What do you see?
You good girl?
Oh,
You good dog? Yeah.
here. Here.
She's a Ridgeback Mastiff.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I got to go tell Zach he's right.
Am I gonna have to go grab the F-bomb? Just say, okay. All right, hang on. Give me a minute. Gotta.
I told him this is a pit boxer mix.
No, she's a Ridgeback Mastiff.
Damn it.
She gets her coloring from the Ridgeback. She gets her speed, her protectiveness from the Ridgeback, and the Mastiff. That's where she gets her dum-dumness.
And the size.
She's not that big.
No, I saw that, but
No, she is not, but she is so muscled.
Yep.
Ridgeback. Rodations are muscled. Oh, look, she's telling Zach, I'm proud of you, Adrienne, for saying you're wrong.
Oh, I don't have a choice because I have fought this for a year.
All right, so should we talk some paranormal?
Yes, but first, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, yes. Mister, I'm in first place.
Second,
You what? I haven't
Second.
voted today. It's my magical vote.
I haven't either because I haven't seen it today.
oh, come on.
Okay, I'm going to plug Keith. So everybody, Keith is part of this competition. It's called the Face of Halloween,
Yes.
and he needs to make first place. This is not just for notoriety or whatnot. This is the money earned for that face is going to get him. What is it, Keith?
It is going to assist me in getting some health issues taken care of that I need. If you win, you get to go do a photo shoot with Kane Otter. And oh God, she was in the original Halloween. I can see her face, and she was in Aliens. Hang on. Dashboard.
I can't think of her name. I can see her.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, okay. Okay.
and one other person, and we get to do a photo shoot with them for Rue Magazine, and it is for a very awesome children's charity. It's called the Starlight Children's Foundation. They've really helped a lot of people, and doing this every year, they have raised millions for these children. You don't have to pay to vote. There's a free vote you can do every day. You can vote once every 24 hours. And I've done it the last few years, and I've gotten very close. But this is something that is very important to me, and I really need, especially since I got scammed out of my insurance money to finish rebuilding my home. this would really help with getting my health issues taken care of, because this Labor Day weekend where I had time off to do things around the house that I've been putting off, I have noticed some very interesting physical limitations. I ain't getting any younger, and I'm gonna have to step and get some things checked out. I gotta get
There we go.
my neck checked out, my shoulders checked out, my leg checked out. I got a lot of things to do.
Go to Keith's profile, scroll down a little bit, you'll find it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to put it right here. There we go. I've got the links in the comments. Like I said, I share it out every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I share it to the Otter's Den and some of the pages, Copa Paranormal, Drunken Oracle. But just if you can, add it to your favorites. Just go there every day, and it takes like 2 minutes. The first time you got to register, it doesn't take very long, but after that, you can literally vote in 15 seconds. 15 to 20 seconds. It's
so strange because the Otter's Den does not come up. Nothing comes up on my profile about the Otter's Den ever.
That's called shadow banning.
But like you yourself will come up on my profile, but the Otter's Den does not.
Interesting.
And now I can't see what place you're in. It won't tell me.
Really?
I just voted, but it won't tell me.
Huh.
It used to.
Currently second.
Okay. Yeah, it used to tell me that. Now it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know. Things are weird. That's all I know is everything is really weird right now.
Okay, I just voted for myself, and it literally took 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah, I just did it too while we were talking.
Thank you.
But it just wouldn't tell me. Used to it'd say, he's in second place, vote.
Yeah.
And I can click it. And of course, it doesn't tell me after I click it. But
if you go to my profile, look at my pictures. I mean, if that's not the face of Halloween, I don't know what is. And my entire life has been Halloween. Just saying.
True.
If you don't know, watch the Dead Files.
I have been watching Kim Russo. And I've gotten two different, I don't know. I've gotten on two different paths here recently. Kim Russo and Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I've been following her nonsense.
Okay.
She has turned into the manipulator she always was, which I at first believed she wasn't. And I loved her. And anyway, I don't anymore. And I've been watching all of her stuff. And now she's a manipulator. That's all she is. But so I put out on my Facebook, Kim Russo, who, I had never seen her before, really. But I really am intrigued about her shows but we all know the contract you have to sign with different TV shows, and that you are going to put out evidence whether it's there or not.
Yeah.
On these TV shows. So I was asking people, hey, what do you think about her? If anybody knew her outside of the shows. Mm-hmm. And, really nobody did. They all believe in her. And from the shows, I'm going to say they did a good job. If she is fake, they did a really good job in making people believe in her. I watched her do Meatloaf like 7 years before he died, 5 years or 7 years before he died. Watching that show was awful. I like Meatloaf. Zach does not, but I do. I grew up on him and I like him. But
in a rear view mirror.
He was very trying to run the show type person and trying to show that he's still in charge. And the whole premise of it was he tried to commit suicide because he saw a ghost. I mean, that was the whole premise of the show, and he had went back there to try to get some answers on what happened. And the premise of her show is, and like Jan always says, there is no such thing as coincidence. So, and she says that all the time. So when she goes back to the place of the haunting where they take her back, these same people have been on My Haunted, or like Celebrities Haunted something. Anyway, they've already told their story. So she acts like she doesn't know, but you know damn well she knows. And they get them together and they go back to the place of the haunting, and somebody else by now owns a house, and they let them in. So watching her, she puts together what happened. She'll speak to the spirits and whatever, sees things as they're happening, and then puts it together with what happened to that person then and how they needed it now.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, actually. If it's true, I don't know, because we all know Hollywood, but if it's true, she's amazing, and she is helping people.
And that's an amazing thing. That is why I chose the Dead Files, because they weren't just going into some place and terrorizing people that live there with what's there. They were actually trying to get these people help.
Right.
And I can say from firsthand experience, the Dead Files was amazing. Getting on there probably saved my life. It may have saved other people's lives.
Right.
I was not in a good place.
Yeah. I will say the one I was on, and I won't put it out there. People know, they know. But I was weak and led by the producer and the camera.
Okay.
I went with it.
That's what I was getting.
Why I don't put it out there.
That's what I was getting to. They wanted to know my story.
Right.
They wanted facts. They wanted evidence.
Right.
They vetted me for 4 years.
Right.
To make sure I wasn't crazy, to make sure I actually needed help.
Right.
And when they came here, they didn't try to push me into saying this.
Right.
What happened? This is what happened.
Yeah.
No pushing. No, you got to say this. No, that's not true. But you're going to say it. Because I've had offers to be on 2 other paranormal shows.
Right.
And I turned them both down because they were
Yeah.
No. This is my story. If you want it, here it is.
Yeah.
I will tell it my way. I will tell you the truth. If you can't make the truth work, I'm not interested.
Right.
And I would have made some pretty good bucks.
And I wish I'd have done that, but I didn't. And I wasn't paid. I was paid to fly there. And I was paid my meals while I was there. But that was it. I wasn't paid money.
See, I wasn't either. And that's okay. I got more than what any payment would have been worth.
Yeah.
I got my life back.
Right.
And the old paranormal team that I was on, I'm not going to say their name. They pushed me to do this. And then when I did it, they got ticked off. I tried to get them on as witnesses, but the show didn't want any paranormal investigators as witnesses to activity in the house. They wanted real individuals who are not investigators. I had plenty, okay? But I explained that to them. But they still got pissed off. And as soon as the show started, I had people reporting to me.
Yeah.
This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying.
Yeah.
All they did was put me down. He only did it for the money. Guess what? I didn't make a dime off of it.
Right.
But I made bank in getting my life back.
Right.
And I tried to bring them with me.
Yeah.
And I got put down so bad. And but the interesting thing was I was on Facebook, I was on Messenger, and I was trying to watch the show. And as they were doing this, their followers went down very quickly. And all of a sudden, mine went up very quickly.
Funny how people know.
they did it to themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was honest on that show. They did not push me in any way, except support. We actually had paranormal activity during filming in the garage, to the point where the entire camera crew froze, couldn't move, couldn't talk, except for one. What was that? Well, that's what I've been telling you about. I'm just saying it like it's normal, because it's normal to me.
Yeah.
It sounded like somebody threw a toolbox full of wrenches on the floor in the other bay. We go, look, there's nothing there. Okay, guys, come on, calm down. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
And Steve's like, wow. When we were filming in the basement, I got scratched on my neck while we were filming. Stuff got tossed. There were growls. We didn't get them all on tape, but there was stuff going on in the home, because the entity that was in me was very angry that I was trying to get help. And then he integrated the other spirits that were here into trying to scare these people out of my home.
Yeah.
I get it. You got to take these shows with a grain of salt, because you got to have enough to get ratings. I understand that.
Yeah.
But there's a point.
Yeah. And that was it. See, that's why the show I was on does not air in the United States. It is airing in the UK right now.
Okay.
And has been for a year. But I asked for them to take it off, because I knew that's not the legacy I want, because I am very open about, I folded. They would lead me and I would say yes. And, no, the story I told was not this terrifying thing. It was to me, because it had never happened before. Things were flying at me.
Yes, I did, Renee.
But they led me in a direction that the person working with me was some sort of a demon. And he was not. He was different. Yes, he was. The activity did center around him. He worshipped cats and Egyptian things.
Egyptian.
But he was not a demon. It did center around him. Why? I don't know. But it did. But he was not a demon. And that's the direction they led me. And I said, maybe.
I can't say that.
Unless, I didn't think that. And I still don't think that. But I allowed them to lead me. And so that wasn't me. That was not what I want portrayed out there. So that's why I said, please don't put it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they did in the UK, which we have a lot of people in the UK. We have a lot of friends in the UK.
Yeah, I've got friends over there.
And they showed me parts of it. I am not. That's something I'm ashamed of. That's not something I'm going to put up there. I was on such and such a... No. But
I didn't do the Dead Files for the ratings.
Right. I did it because I thought I could get a story out that I thought was
for the help. I did it to try to heal my life.
Right. There's another show I just watched, and I don't remember what it was, but I was so angry at the producers and the medium that was there, because this scenario was things were getting thrown all over the house. Pictures getting stacked in the middle of the floor off the wall. The little girl is talking to a spirit and knows its name, and it's a child. And also seeing what she calls a white face on the other side of, and the dad saw it too. But yet they came in and told him what it was. And the medium said, there's another Bible in this house. I told you to get them all out. Like she took on the spirits, like it entered her. They didn't help her at all. They didn't help that family. They walked away. They made it worse.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. If you're a paranormal team, show, whatever, and you don't know what you're doing,
Mhm.
you can make things worse, not only for the clients,
Yep.
but also for the spirits, entities, whatever that are there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the spirits and entities are also clients and need help
Yeah.
because they are being taken over by other spirits and entities
Mm-hmm.
and used for their energy and control and manipulation of those people.
And that's what made me so angry was the medium came in. She was singing Mary Had a Little Lamb, which is what the little girl was singing, but it was in a very monotone voice, and it was creepy.
Nah.
And she was saying the little girl asked her to go out the window. She's on the second floor. Asked her to just step out the window. She was 3. And she knew the little girl's name. She said, "Mama, the little girl, her mama killed her in the bathtub." Now, okay, it could have happened. It could be that it wasn't a little girl. It could be, who knows? But she didn't do any more investigation than that. They didn't check history of the house. None of that came up. She just said, "There's another Bible in this house and you got to get it out." What was in the little girl's pillow? And the little girl didn't even know it was there. And they got it out of the house. And then the medium left. They ended up leaving that home. Why didn't the medium do anything else? And if she couldn't, I understand. Bring someone in who can.
That if you don't know what to do, it's okay to say, okay, this is over my head.
Yeah.
Let me try to help find somebody that can handle the situation for
Right. All she was in there for was to get what was happening and channel whatever it was. And what she channeled was the male. It wasn't the little girl. So they never even come to the conclusion, is this little girl? Did her mama really hurt her? Or is this man portraying this little girl? Never found out. They moved.
And see, that's something really hits home with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because from the moment they got here, both Steve and Amy, before she finally saw me, were adamant about me moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I was adamant about not moving.
Mm-hmm.
Steve even got on me, so staying here and giving up your marriage is more important. I'm like, yes and no, because they wouldn't let me talk about my previous homes
Mm-hmm.
because the story was on this one.
Right.
I understand that. But anytime I would move, the activity would go away for 6 months and then slowly start again and ramp up because it would take over the entities that were there already. Every house I've lived in has been haunted.
Right.
And once it got that strength, then it started causing the division again, which gave it more strength. It could feed more.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't understand why I stopped running. I don't care what, I didn't care what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was going to stand my ground, figure this out, and end it. That was my goal.
Yeah.
As soon as she came down the stairs during the reveal, she saw what the problem was, and the problem was me. Mm-hmm. And I knew as soon as I saw her face, that was a face of horror. She knew. Right then, she got a hold of spirit mechanics under the table on her phone, which she was not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And how soon can you get to Nebraska? How soon do you need us? Now.
But you were able to accept that, where some clients cannot.
Yep.
Or will not. I don't know.
it clicked.
Mm-hmm.
It made sense.
Yeah.
But it hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also gave me the strength to look at myself,
mm-hmm.
my past actions,
mm-hmm.
admit that I did those things
mm-hmm.
to not only myself, but those other people,
mm-hmm.
things that I normally never would have done if this mm-hmm. thing never would have jumped me. And I got to learn.
Yeah.
Got to learn a lot.
Well, I do have to say you did help other people, whether anybody's ever told you the story or not. You guys' show 2 weeks ago. Y'all show 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Talking about dealing with the past.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, and I literally for 2 days went back from the time I can remember to forgiving my mother for dying like it was her fault. But my actions after that were my fault. So I had to start there.
We had to take accountability.
Oh, yeah. And
that's
then
not always easy.
No, it is not at all. And then marrying a pedophile, which of course I didn't know what at the time was, but still, he was crazy at the time. And that was the fun part for me. So we had to start there and dissect that.
Yes.
And then, realize who it affected in the process. It wasn't just me. It's my girls. And then, we go to the next husband who, don't ask me why in the hell I married him. But, I got a beautiful son out of it. But
that's what you got to figure out.
Who got the son? I got the son. You just
allowed. Well, no, I didn't. I knew he was violent to other women, but I never thought he would be to me. Of course, I'm better than anybody else. That's never going to happen to me. Yeah, wrong. But I did walk away as soon as that happened. I mean,
found that strength.
Oh, yeah. Well, as soon as I could stand up, I was gone. But I had to leave my son there because he wouldn't let me take him. And we weren't playing tug of war with a baby.
Right.
So, we had to do that with the courts. And it all worked out fine. Then we went.
I bit my lip.
Oh, you were going to say something you shouldn't have said. Then we went to the next husband who.
You good?
Good guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, wonderful guy. But when he spanked my son, he aimed wrong and he hit him in his genitals when he hit him in the butt. Not his fault. He would have never done that intentionally. But it came down to the state takes him or I leave him. Well, that's not a choice.
Right.
He was a good guy. Then we go to the next husband who told me that I'm not allowed to have gay friends. I'm not allowed to, women are supposed to do these certain things, and then he's
my favorite ex-husband.
And then, but he admired me for my strength. Of course he fucking did, because that asshole thought it was a good idea that he can live off unemployment because he worked long enough to get it and then get unemployment. And then I busted my ass.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm living in a shed that is 10 by 20, no insulation, because he wanted to build a home. Okay, if you want to build a home, I'm with you. Let's build it from the ground up. Let's do this. 3 years later, there's no home.
That's why I came into her life.
But there is a bunch of illegal activity going on in my yard. It is not illegal to raise roosters, but it is illegal to fight them.
Yes, it is.
So we have all this going on in my yard, and I'm going, oh boy. So I left that situation. But, that was the hardest one to leave because I was like, I really had it all. That house was mine. I bought it. That was in my name when I finally put my foot down and said, I'm buying a house. My credit, my name, only me.
You'd be proud of that.
I was. And then I walked away and left it, signed it over. Everything, signed it over. And
sometimes that is worth more than gold.
It was. I took nothing. And we had 2 acres. I took nothing except my clothes, the pictures
Her plants.
My plants. I did load those fuckers in my van.
Not once, but twice.
And my dishes.
And her dishes.
And I left.
And came to my house.
I did. And then I freaked out, went back. Back to her house. And was like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I had it all. What am I doing?
We keep going back to our normal.
Yeah.
However,
what am I doing?
It takes something very traumatic for us to understand that our normal was not normal. I did not see the red flags in my relationships before I got into them before, because those red flags were my normal
Mhm.
life being raised from a child.
Yeah.
That's how things are supposed to be. The fuck it is.
But the way I looked at it, I wasn't being hurt. I wasn't being hit. I wasn't being abused, mental, physically. I really wasn't being abused mentally too much.
So it's different.
Yeah.
But yet similar.
Yeah.
So a different repeating cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get that.
Different controlling.
Yeah. And her husband, when I went back.
Give me a tally mark. I'll be right back, but I'm listening.
Okay. So her husband, when I went back, I went there and I realized I can't do this. This isn't the same man. I don't feel the same. I can't. Nope. I went back there and her husband sits outside with me. He says, you need to stay here long enough to figure this out. And I'm like, I can't. I can't do that because I have to be at work on Monday or I lose my job. And then I can't go back. But thank goodness we made the right decision. But oh my gosh, there was a time I called my girls. I'm like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. And both the girls are going, we're with you, whatever you do. Just figure out what you're doing. Okay. And it took me probably 2 years to realize this is okay. This is my life and I'm okay with this life. It 2 years because I would fight with him. Things that were completely out of character for me. I would throw shit. I was actually banned from drinking vodka when we first got together because I was doing that when I threw something. And I did not throw it at him. I did not throw it. I threw it in the office and actually bounced off something and hit the TV and broke it.
But there is also other underlying factors there.
What's that?
We came when how do I put this without calling? I'm just going to call it. You also were under the influence of not just you either.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We were dealing with something that from a previous team they were doing, and you had that extra person with you, right? And
I still don't know how long they were there. I still don't know.
I'm just
not out there. I don't know.
Right?
I think I do actually. When I was told that because we have matching tattoos, you did that in order to control me. I think that's when it happened.
Oh yeah, it was completely planned. I wanted to control Adrienne. This tattoo is completely, satanic and controlling. It's so controlling that it means healing.
I see it as a butterfly, just saying.
Oh, it means healing.
Yeah, it's a healing symbol.
Yeah.
It's a healing symbol.
I get it. I get it. Because my last 9-month lesson, her ex tried to convince her that me and my team were a cult and brainwashed her. Hey, wait for it. This is where the Facebook page, The Cult of Bacon Tacos, came from. Because I'm like, okay, you want me to start a cult? I'll start a cult. So I started the Cult of Bacon Tacos. And the main reason is I will have you believing in yourself before you know it. But It's a picture of bacon tacos. Everybody loves bacon tacos. If you don't, get your head examined. Just saying. My opinion, of course.
I understand. I understand that people that aren't in this field, I do understand that they can believe people can be brainwashed. They can, and they can,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Well, their problem was is that they were losing control. You know, when I came into the situation,
oh, wait, deja vu.
right? When I came into the situation, they they were like they didn't know what to think. You know, when I met Adrienne, they had no idea who the hell I was. I came in and it was, are you what?
Go on.
What did I say?
Go on. You're going to say what I'm thinking about. Go on.
So they didn't know who the fuck I was. And I came in, I wrecked the whole entire situation because you want to talk about a bad paranormal team. What took place that night was awful. I'll call it out. There was possessions, there was doorways opened, there was things that should have never happened.
There was.
And
I got to help clean it up a little bit.
yeah, and innocent people were stuck in the middle of it. So what did I do? I walked in, I looked at the first innocent person I saw, knew she was going to be my best friend for life, pissed all over her. There you go, Keith. I went, she's mine. I'm peeing on you head to toe. You're mine. Nobody else's. You're my best friend. You don't know it yet.
But I did know.
Yeah.
Though well, I didn't know, but when you walked in, I was like, I need someone like that in my life.
You felt that connection.
She's bubbly.
That's soul
She's
tribe.
protecting. She's fun. But of course, I didn't think it would ever happen. That was just my thought.
And here we are 5 years later.
But you felt it. You felt it. You felt that energetic connection to that person you did not know.
Mm-hmm.
That is a soul connection. That we are a soul tribe.
Mm-hmm. But I never felt her mother, ever. It was like, I mean, that was something. She's the reason I got there, is because somebody had me reach out to her, to the mother. But, you know, she was just like any other
donor. The womb donor.
Yeah. But that was just like, okay, any other investigation. You go in, hi, you're the owner. Okay, let's do this. And that was it. Until the next morning when she walked in. She walked in with Nate and Abby.
Yeah. But
Abby was tiny, tiny. And still on her boob at the time. Nate was trying to find women. And he was like 8. No. Because what? He's 13?
14 now.
11, 12, 13. Yeah, so he was 9. He was 9. And he was hitting on the women.
He's so sweet. But you know, I walked in there and I took the situation by the balls. Is that what you want to say, Adrienne?
Oh yeah.
I called out.
You didn't know what happened. You didn't even know what happened the night before.
I had no idea, and I turned around and I was like, okay, so this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. This, and this needs to happen. Oh, you want to keep it? Then get the hell out of here. Mm-hmm. And we worked with, and that we had some big names in there. We had names that
I'm convinced is dead. I mean, his soul is dead. His soul was dead that night.
Yeah, completely.
But I'm convinced he is no longer on this earth. I don't know for sure.
There is footage that should never be watched due to circumstances, and it might be happening to you watching this footage.
Energy can come through the screen.
Yes.
Just saying.
So
I might be part of why I can't sleep.
Right. Possibly. But here's the thing is, you know, I came a part of this group, and then all of a sudden I become a part of the team. And I went,
You had something they wanted.
What was it?
Knowledge and the 2 locations.
Okay, I'll give you that. And I wouldn't put up with their shit. I wouldn't put up with it. Not one bit. And I remember pulling Adrienne aside, and I was literally going crazy at this point. This is when the energy started to ramp. This is when things started to really happen around me, and my world was collapsing in. And I looked at Adrienne and I said, "This is not fucking right, and it has to end." And I pulled Jeremy, I pulled everybody, and separately, and I said, "This is what's going to happen." And then I was the one left holding the ball. Adrienne had to work that night, or she would have had my back, right? And I ripped everybody completely. And within 3 weeks, the network was gone.
Within a week.
Within a week, it was gone. And everybody was like, "No, you know what? We're just going to back away." And I stepped away from everybody but Adrienne, but I called everybody out on their bullshit. And I became very protective. And it was in that time point, and we'd already been on investigations. We'd already been doing XYZ.
Yes, Renee.
And I noticed that Adrienne started changing just like I did. That there was something going on. Now, we joke about this trip to Wisconsin. That trip to Wisconsin, I do believe, saved Adrienne's life.
Takes the hair stand up. Takes one person walking in at the right divine time to change someone's world.
But what's so strange is the person being on the outside, which you have been that person on the outside going, "I did what? I have no recollection of what you're talking about. That's not me. How could I have done something like that?"
Total blackout, no memory.
Yeah, that's not something I would do. That's not something I would do today. That's not something I would have done then. But it happened.
Well, and Adrienne coming into her gifts, that was a huge thing. Adrienne coming into her gifts and opening up. They took advantage of that. Really, they did. They took hard advantage of it. And when I finally was able to pinpoint it, Adrienne, hi. Here he is.
Yeah, I have
Conversations with Jesse.
No recollection of a conversation with him other than her on speakerphone and just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Or him telling me a story. That's it.
And she was downloading and she was downloading and she was downloading all this information. But at the same time, we had somebody who was looking through her eyes.
Attachments.
Right? From a living person.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that this is a living person that was using Adrienne, right?
Yes.
When we went to Wisconsin, when I pulled her in for a very personal case of mine, that I won't let anybody else really touch. We were in the hotel and she said, I can't remember exactly what she said. And I turned around and I looked at her like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" And I wasn't talking to Adrienne. I knew I was talking to someone else.
Yep.
At that point. And she looked at me and she did not look like herself. And I grabbed her and I put her in front of a big mirror and I had her do this sway back and forth. And I was able to push, as an energy worker, that energy out and we could see her. And Adrienne could then see. Like at that moment, I separated the two and it was like, "Okay, I got you, bitch.
Yep.
I see you. And now you are not going to do this anymore." So we've consciously made sure between her and I, we have our checks.
Safe word.
She did that to her a month later. I could see her. It was on live. And I sent her screenshots and it was not her.
It was not me. You could literally see through the camera that it was not me.
Yeah, my paranormal team has we each have our own safe word.
Mhm.
To if we're on an investigation and we see that person is acting right. Hey, what's the word?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Let's go
Okay.
outside.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
Mm-hmm.
As the medium, when we go out on investigations, Adrienne will tell you, I'll tell you, I don't want to know shit. Don't tell me anything.
I like walking in blind.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have to. You know, the last one that we did, I turned around and I looked at her dead in the face and went, I know why we're being called in here. And I did it. And she's just like,
Yep.
yeah, we can't deny it. Like there's something really bad here because it's pushing me
Yep.
away. It doesn't want me to come. Um,
When my paranormal team goes on an investigation, when we go into somebody's home, I split the team up into pairs. We don't go anywhere alone. We each have a notebook and a pen. We walk in pairs, walk through the home, write down what we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we smell. We don't tell each other. We just write down, we just walk through, we come out, we let the next team go in.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody has powwow about what we see, feel, hear, see. And then we go do the thing. But for then, we like to have one of them do research on the property,
Mhm. Yeah.
keep that from everybody. That way we can compare notes and say, okay, this may be why this is happening. This may be why this is happening. Having that history can really help. But if you have that knowledge beforehand, that can guide you.
Mhm.
Just saying. I feel better walking into a place blind. Okay, here we go.
This last one we did, which it was just me, another person, the family. And the reason I went with this other person is because we were called in by a very well known team that's on TV, but we were called in together. This is not somebody I work with, but we were called in together. So, as respect, I'm not going to put my differences in front of everybody.
Right.
So, we went.
Mhm.
And Zach, out of instinct, I guess, I don't know, turned on his phone on video and just set it down so he could get everything that when I was questioning the family.
Mhm.
And over to my left, she kept saying, I keep getting something over here. There's a woman walking through over here. There's a woman walking through. And I just kept getting chaos across the wall. And I didn't know what was across that wall. It was blocked off. And I'm like, I just feel panic. And yeah, that's the only thing I'm feeling. I'm not getting anything over here. But she was.
Was it a bedroom?
It was a kitchen.
Kitchen.
It was a kitchen.
Okay.
And the mother, which didn't live there, she was remarried. She said, that's funny. None of us will go in that kitchen alone. It's like, okay. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm overthinking. I'm just going to leave that alone.
EMF.
We did that. The whole house is nuts. The whole house is nuts. I'm seriously worried about a fire in that place because anytime you went between doorways, like if there was a plug here and a refrigerator here, it would just spike. I mean, it was bad. So I'm thinking the wiring was just not quite right. It was a trailer house. It just wasn't quite right. But and I did ask them to get an electrician in just in case because yeah, I saved one house from a fire in New Mexico one time. We were supposed to be investigating aliens, and we ended up. It was a crossfire, but so the husband comes in after we went downstairs, which mind you, went downstairs. There was black mold 2 feet up, and you could see it. So I was like, okay, well, anything that happens down here, I'm going to dismiss. I'm just not going to deal with it, because you got to deal with this first. You need a mold remediator. This can kill you.
Black mold, chemical, EMF, it can cause hallucinations, make you sick. You got to get that taken care of, that, and then look at what's left.
And then the kid, he's 22. He's not a kid, but he had a breakup.
We're old. We're grandparents.
He had a breakup and caused him to spiral to where he was making $55 an hour as a pipe fitter. And then all of a sudden staying in his room and seeing things and being called to the seventh dimension, and just different things. That he is bipolar. I asked him to have him check for schizophrenia as well. But him and the mom saw this same creature that had a human face and a cow body, and the cow's back was broken. Yeah.
Read on gas.
So the cow's back was broken, and it had a human face, and it was sitting there at the creek. Oh, okay. They both saw it. She's not bipolar. Okay. I'll look into this. And then we walked outside. The other person had their visions and whatever. And I will give her this. Sometimes she's right. But I don't feel the same thing she does. So I just leave that alone. I only go with what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then the husband came. He's the one that actually called us. The mother's new husband. And we were at her ex-husband's house. And her son lived with her ex-husband. So he comes in. He said, I'm the one that called you, blah, blah, blah. And he's an ex-cop. And I'm like, okay, well, we talked to him for a minute. And I told the family, what I felt in the kitchen. And he goes, did you tell him about the bullet hole? It's like, what? No. And the mom goes, no. So, well, when we moved in here, there was a bullet hole going from this wall into the kitchen. It went all the way through, which in a trailer house is not that hard to go all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the cop and I said, are you sure it was a bullet? And he said, yeah. Okay. So my thought is there was some arguing, fighting going on. That this is a drug neighborhood. There has been murders over drugs across the way. And my thought is there was a fight. Something happened. She was panicking. She was in the kitchen. She was freaking out. And I'm getting her last feelings of, oh my God. And then she's gone. I don't know whether that's the truth. I have not checked the history on that house. I want him to get mental help before I'm going to do any more research. I want that mold gone before I'm going to do any more research.
Yeah.
And I want the dad to get a psych eval because he's very depressed. But one of the things that intrigued me, you were talking about you being out in your garage. He was out working, and he has his dad's vehicle and then another best friend who died, his vehicle, and they're both old. And he had him up on where they have two rods and hydraulics.
Lift.
Pull the car up.
Yeah.
Well, the car, these hydraulics only move up and down.
Mm-hmm.
The car moved over. These only go up and down. It went 2 feet over.
Okay.
Up against the rod. Or the other pole.
As a mechanic, I can put a little debunk in that.
Okay.
It all depends on where these lifts. There's 4-post lifts. There's 2-post lifts. The two posts have 2 scissors armed on each side that go out. They extend. You have a little foot to lift up, put on the frame. Mm-hmm. You do that on each side, and you lift it even.
Uh-huh.
If that lift is not placed correctly, that vehicle can slide very slowly off.
Okay.
Am I saying that's what happened? No, I'm not. Because I've seen some very interesting things caused by paranormal.
I have pictures. I will show you a picture of the lift.
Cool. I'd like to see it. But we always got to debunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's left is, so you could actually look at the frame where those feet were sitting to see if there were slide marks. There's a lot you can look at.
Okay.
If you know how to do that. And
I didn't.
Thinking of it.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw the car. I did take pictures of what the lift was in case somebody was knowledgeable on those lifts, because it ain't me.
Yeah.
And now he did lose the keys. They fell down on the floorboard, or the step up, and they were never found again.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that happen all the time there. And here, I'm telling you, we lost a remote control in this basement. How do you lose a remote control in this basement? We have turned it upside down.
It'll show back.
Well, it sure needs to hurry up because it's been a month now. I'm over it.
Ask Spirit. Say, hey, I'd really like to have this back, please. What's the lesson you're trying to teach me? What am I not supposed to be watching? Enlighten me, and I'll learn.
Yeah, because it's been a lot of paranormal shows, and that's probably part of the reason I'm not sleeping. Not that the paranormal shows bother me, but if something is trying to connect,
like I said, that if there's an entity, say you're watching a paranormal show, yeah, it's pre-recorded, but the energy is still there. It still gets recorded.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching a paranormal team do a live investigation, okay, there is an energy transfer through that screen. That camera to your screen, there is an energy transfer.
Yep.
The entities can see you. If you're gifted, you can see the entities.
Yep.
You need to put a shield. You need to put a block. You are not allowed to come through.
And that's something I have never even tried to do. I just let everything, okay, you want to talk to me, come talk to me.
I had to set boundaries. Wymore is haunted enough that
Yeah.
my entire home was surrounded.
Right.
And I had to set a boundary. I will help you one at a time when I can.
Yeah. And I don't have like a bunch of them ever coming through. I just, if something wants help, I'm here, whatever.
The biggest one I remember, I'm sitting downstairs working on the computer, and I kept smelling smoke, house fire smoke. It's distinctive. And I'm like, what the? So I'm looking around my house.
Yeah.
Nothing. I sit back down. I hear somebody at the door. I go open the door. There's nobody there. But then the smell got stronger. I'm like, okay, I know what this is. All right, come on in. And it was a firefighter that had lost his life in a fire here in town. And he kind of got stuck because the loss of his life was so traumatic to him, he didn't know how to handle it. So I got to help him cross over. And all of a sudden, smoke smell's gone. But you feel their emotion.
Yeah.
You feel everything, their depression, their confusion, their anger, their hatred, their whatever.
Yeah.
When you cross them over, you feel it.
So that's how you know they're gone.
Yeah.
I have
that goes away, you know they've crossed.
I had a man here at one point, and it's trying to tell somebody that doesn't do this or see the way I do makes no sense. But there was a man showed up in front of my freezer. I'm not even facing that freezer. My back's to it. And I knew he was standing there. I could see what he looked like. I knew what he was wearing. And I knew he was looking for his wife and baby. Now, he never said that to me. He never mouthed any words.
You feel it.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay. And I said something to Zach, and he's like, Okay. And we left it alone. He disappeared. 2 weeks later, he showed up. I was facing the other side of the bed. I was facing Zach, and he was on my side of the bed. Older, same guy. Never said a word. Just stood there and then left. Haven't seen him since. I don't know if he's saying he found his baby. No idea. But I knew that his wife and that baby had already crossed.
Mm-hmm.
That there was no, they're not here.
I've had a similar case.
And then he's gone. Like, he's older. Like, maybe 20 years had passed. But I knew he was a farmer, and I knew he was on this land somewhere, somehow, close, before this was city. And that was it. Gone. Don't know.
Jen,
But
you
that's
got
the
something.
real experience I've had.
Jen, you got something you've been sitting on. Bring it.
Living in a house full of my little offspring. I mean, from my oldest to my youngest has always been interesting. And when the boys were little, it was really hard to keep the traffic down in my house because I had these 3 little mediums running around. And I remember all 3 of them would come up they'd come up to me individually, Dill, Pat, and Derek. And they'd be like, Mom, there's this little boy with a lizard. Mom, there's this little boy with a lizard. We live in Wisconsin. What are you talking about, lizard, dude? It was really strange. And it was weird that all of the boys would come up with this. But every house that we lived in, the boys always brought something home with them. And having Nate and Avelina, it's no different. It's like my gifts were just hammered down so hard into each one.
Yep.
Her sea monster.
Man.
I'm a monster. Okay.
You were waiting for you two, weren't you?
I didn't think she was that close.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's right there.
I'm a demon.
You are not a demon. You were a precious child of God. Now sip it.
The only time you're a demon's when you don't behave.
She's a little angel.
She
She's
is.
learning.
Some days.
Whenever someone pulls at the wall, pull me
She is the perfect cross between demon and angel.
She is. She is Avelina.
Whenever somebody pulls out holy water, I would just be scared because the last time someone poured out holy water, they sprayed me. And I died.
You died? Okay, well, you're alive now, right? Avelina, are you alive now?
It's because they crossed me.
Because why?
Crossed me in the eyeballs.
They crossed me in the eyeballs.
Okay, well, your eyeballs are fine now, and we're going to live this life now, right?
I'm sad. My husband died.
She's going back to you, Adrienne. But you guys talk about the traffic. It was always really hard for me to maintain the traffic in my house because of the kids and then myself. And no matter what boundaries I put up, because the little ones are strong.
They don't have those boundaries.
They don't have those boundaries. I remember standing, and I don't know if my boys remember this, but I remember in Brilliant, we'd stand there and we'd form a circle. And I'd be like, nothing crosses this. I'm tired of this. This area is like spirit free. Got it, boys? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. Not 5 minutes later. Hey, Mom, guess what I just saw? I'm so done. But I always found it interesting. Like when we moved to the farmhouse, they were older. They were older, and they would come up to me with the same entities, the same ghosts, the same dreams, the same visions, the same this, the same that. And now this is when they're really honing in on their gifts. This is when they were really developing them. This is when they understood that they had these abilities. So I don't know. For me, it was always interesting. It's still interesting because I live with her, and I live with the 14-year-old, and he's the same exact way. He sees those spirits, and now the 14-year-old is coming into his abilities. We're at that transition phase from little boy into man, right? And now the dreams. Hold on, 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, that boy sees shit in my closet that I'd rather he did not, because I don't see it and I don't want to know about it.
Everybody sees and hears differently.
Yeah.
If a
I've never
psychic
seen this
medium, if a psychic medium tells you that they can see everything, hear everything, feel everything, taste everything, smell everything, walk the fuck away from them.
Fine, walk away from me, Keith. Walk
You're
away from me.
only allowed what they let you. Whoever connects with you.
Jan, if you, me, and Adrienne are on a case, okay, I may see this individual, you may see that individual, she may see that entity. That is because they are more comfortable with us for their own specific reasons, because they can feel our energy too. So I may not see something you see, and that's okay. But I'm seeing this over here, and I'm going to tell you about it.
I have a
we accept that.
I have a problem. I may not see it.
Feel it, hear it, whatever.
I may not see the entity. My problem is I see the energy. This is where I don't know if Adrienne can help explain, because she sees me better on investigations. Hold on.
There's only been one time on an investigation that her and I have smelled the same thing. And there was a reason for that, and that is because her grandma connected to both of us at that time.
At the same exact time.
Yeah. And then she was like, hey, I'm validating, and I want her to validate that this is my energy and this is what I feel like, because she comes and goes when she wants with me. And it's always a message for her.
Yeah. When you're on the case, I smell something. Don't say what you smell. I smell something right here.
And that's, if you go back and watch the live, that's exactly, I smell something right here. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't just Adrienne. The next person came up and went, I smell something right here. And then another person came up. It was, okay, we're all smelling this. But I see the energy. I see energy lines. I see different vibrations. I see different colors. And I see different frequencies where a psychic medium goes in and they may be able to see this or this. No, I see it all. There is nothing that can hide from me because I see the energy lines.
You can be
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can be a bat or a dolphin. You can bring in energy, put out a pulse, and it will reverberate back to you. And I see you.
Yeah. And that's
radar. Put the pulse out, it comes back. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and that's
exactly spirit box here in the house.
And I don't do that. I cannot. Now, if I'm with her, she can ask me to hone in on a certain person and say, what energy line, what color is that energy between this person and you? And I can do that. And usually it is the same color that she sees. But as far as just walking in and say, I can't do that.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
See, in one of the investigations that Adrienne and I did, I was able to show her what I see. Does that make sense? I was able to grab a hold of her hand and say, okay, you want to see what because she made the comment, I really wish I could see what you see. You can. Let me connect. Yeah, let me connect you to me. Let me pull my energy into you, and I trust you with my energy. That's a huge thing, is you have to trust that person, right? Massively. Yes. And Adrienne's the only one that I've ever done this with. and will ever do this with, because she is my partner. She is my other half.
Mhm.
She is my connection. She is my grounding. She is my soulmate in so many different ways. So I was able to show her, do you see that couple dancing now? Do you see them? You know, and I'm the type of energy worker that I can hop on the line. You know, I can hop on that energy line. And, you know, this same particular case, I was running backwards and everybody thought I was crazy, but I was literally physically running backwards and jumping on that energy line and stirring up that energy, right? I'm
Rewinding time.
yes. And I'm pulling, and all of a sudden I grabbed one of our other investigators and I had her run with me. And I downloaded a play that they did in this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reliving that play. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, it happened to be the play of the only human sacrifice done in God's name, right? Which is Adiah. So I'm doing this play and I'm like, God, this story seems so familiar to me. Like, I know this story. So when I don't try to be cocky when I say that I can walk in and nothing can hide from me, but I stir the shit pot and nothing can hide from me.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's going to pull one past me on an investigation. And then this last one that we went on, Adrienne and I did. And that's another thing, is I don't go on a lot of investigations.
Same anymore.
I won't. And I don't do it unless she's there.
Especially the public ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
And if it's something that's overnight, she has to be in the room with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the buddy system. She has to be there, right?
I remember that play, and I remember you saying, run, run, run.
Right, which is what her father tells her to do.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Run, Adiah, run. You just got to run. You have to run as far and fast as way as you can. And no, and I yelled very clearly, the hair standing up. I yelled, no, this has to be done. Yeah. You made this promise. This has to be done. And I remember the other investigator looking at me like I was crazy until she started. I don't know if you remember that part, Adrienne, where she started and she was able to do parts of the play. So I can bring somebody into the energy and use them, so to speak. But with Adrienne, she's my other half. And this last one that we did, I think I freaked everyone out because I called everything before it happened. I looked at 3 specific people and I said, it will attack you, or you.
I've done that.
Come find me.
I've done that on the drive to the investigation.
Yeah, and that's what Kim says. She said she connects before she goes. And sometimes, and I have heard many people say it will come to you before you get there because it knows you're coming. It's going to come to you.
It either A, wants you there, or B, does not want you there.
Yeah.
And there could be both.
Yeah.
There could be both.
Yeah.
And when we got there, I remember looking at the people. I don't know if Jeremy's still on.
I doubt it. He was out all day.
I turned around and I looked over at everybody. And I'm like, I'm going to go pray. And as I was going to the chapel to go pray, I turned around and I looked at these 2 people that were sitting out there. And one of them made a smart ass comment to me. And I turned around and looked at him, didn't know who the hell he was. And he's somebody that's been on TV.
Prominent.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was either.
I turned around and looked at him and I said, yeah, and you're the fucking reason why I'm here. Because you can't man post. And he just reared back and I was like, oh, where did that come from? So yeah. I'm one of those weird ones and it all played out. And I remember Nick freaking out because of what we were getting on the show.
Nick got attacked.
And, I'm not saying that I'm all knowing or whatnot, but no. I was the one that had to go protect him. I was the one that was like, no, here.
Mhm.
And then it was like, okay, we're going to go after this as a team.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you that there is nothing to fear. And technically, I didn't see it.
Mhm.
I just knew where it was. I knew the energy. I didn't know what it was.
Felt it.
I
That's
felt
the worst part, not knowing what it is.
Oh, see, I don't care. That not knowing what it is probably better on my end.
Not me, because I want to know what it is, whether it's something I need to help or something that I just need to make it go away.
Okay, you will feel that. You will feel that in your gut. You will feel that in your soul. If you get good energy from something, that is something to help. If something tells you to get the fuck out, that is something
That needs to go.
that needs to go. Very simple, but it takes some getting used to learning that difference.
Yeah, because I do that with people too. Even though I know they're bad, I know that they're evil, I still want to help.
Okay,
Hence
but,
ex-husbands.
but we can only help people, entities, spirits that want the help.
Yeah.
If they don't want the help, they're going to fight you tooth and nail in any way that they can. And you got to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
No. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the most powerful words that you will use on investigations. Because that will catch them off guard. What? What? You're telling me no? You're telling me to fuck off?
Well, and
No.
Adrienne will tell you I have a very hard time leaving spirits.
Public investigations, they make you sign waivers that you're not going to help.
But they don't need to know anything. You do that mentally. Yeah.
And I mean, I flat out, I won't, because I'm a firm believer. We know, Adrienne and I know somebody, and I'm not going to use her name, but it was somebody that I trusted at one point in time. And Adrienne's going to start laughing. She knows exactly who I'm talking about. And she was telling me that she knew this woman who was gathering energy and using energy.
Energy vamp.
And she's like, and you know, she would purposely bring all this energy and spirits into the house and stuff like that. And I said, that's not right.
Almost like a seance, bringing anything that will come
in. And I'm like, did you get that energy out? Because it's being held hostage. Did you clear it? Well, no, I don't have permission from her. Who the fuck says you need permission from her? Does she have permission? She don't have permission.
Did you ask them or demand them?
Right. You know, and I mean, she was not, I mean, she was trapping her husband's energy too, her children's energy. No, this is somebody that needs to be put in their place. You get that energy out and you give that energy back to where it belongs. That is not right. That is your job as an energy worker. That is your job as a medium. That is your God-given talent that you need. That's the one thing that'll piss me off more than anything, is somebody using another person's energy.
She's ruined her life now.
Yeah.
Renee, if you're still here, somebody else using you as a battery when they don't have your permission.
No, yeah, I will. I'll snip it. I won't ask that person because that other person may not know. And even if they do, they're being held hostage, and I'm just going to snip it.
I would have never believed that could happen.
My team members know that if I get in a tight spot, I need a little extra energy, I will ask them, can I have a battery? And they will pull in, not give me their own energy. They will pull in and push it to me for a little extra.
Yeah. Now, see, with Adrienne,
that's 7.
With Adrienne, she has the ultimate permission because I have the ultimate trust and faith in her. That I know she is not going to use my energy for something bad. If she goes and I feel that on my energy, I know she's in a tight jam. I know she's gotten herself into something.
Hey, what's up?
And, you know, she needs that, right? We got to scam her.
Flush.
What the heck does that even mean?
So, you know, Adrienne has the ultimate permission to just grab a hold of my energy. She doesn't need to text me. She doesn't need to call me. I know if she's yanking on that cord, then it's something bad, you know? Oh yeah, that's...
Yeah. Yeah, we've had many conversations about it. You know, I had to cut the same cord. If they need to use you for a battery, they need to pick that phone up and say, hey, I got this going on this case, in this situation, whatever. Can you help me with it? Not just pull it willy-nilly when you're not expecting it. That can throw you off, and that can put you in a bad situation, especially if you're on an investigation also, or if you're in a traumatic life experience. That can really you up.
Well, and that's where the communication comes in from too. You know, I always know that Adrienne knows where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I know where she's at. Right? That's that communication. It doesn't matter if she wants me to know or not. But when she goes out and she's on an investigation, or if something's happening, I will know automatically.
Mm-hmm.
It's that bond, right? It's that energy cord between.
Yeah. And Adrienne, if you're ever in a situation where you need some assistance, if Jan's not available, reach out to me. If I can help, I will.
Caitlin, yes.
What?
Is it possible to cut cord between drugs and person? Absolutely. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to mention names, but I had the opportunity to go to Florida to help on a dead files case, and I was just starting to learn Reiki. In fact, when me and somebody got to the hotel room, she started teaching me then, right before we go to the client's place. And I had brought a certain crystal because I just felt I needed to bring that. After doing all this and doing some research, I figured out why, because this crystal is very good with addictions. And we got there, we did the thing, we cleansed the property, then it was time to cleanse the people. And the leader of the team I was with said, okay, you're up. This person needs your expertise. And what he meant was my expertise with addictions. Figured that out later. But I start doing my thing. I'm looking at his aura and chakras, and okay, I know what I need to do now. So I took two crystals. I took one and I put it in his hand. No, I put a feather in his hand. And I put the crystal under his chair. And I told him to put any negativity that he felt into the feather as I pushed the addiction out of him into that crystal. And it turned an amethyst, which is purple, white. And when he was done, he's like, what? And I handed it to him. I said, now go run this under the kitchen sink in the cold water until it's clean. He's like, okay. And he was in there for 10, 15 minutes. And he brought it out and handed it back to me, and it was purple. And I handed it back to him. I said, that's yours. Anytime you feel an urge, grab it. He ain't never looked back. So I get it. It is possible to pull an addiction from a person but they have to want that help. They need to ask you for that help, because if you try to do it without their permission, they're going to fight back and get worse.
So,
make the effort.
Jason, I'm going to tell you, don't cut a cord, you plug a cord. Okay? And you have to refill that hole, right? When you plug a cord, there's an empty root hole, and you have to fill it. Now, you said the withdrawal effects in you. I'm going to tell you from personal experience. As a recovering addict for the rest of my life, go through that withdrawal. You earned it. You put yourself there. You earned it. Any recovering person will tell you this.
You had the strength.
And you had the strength to get through that withdrawal. And then you hold on to that withdrawal and you realize how bad that fucking sucked. And it makes you not want to go back. I never agree with these people going into drug treatment facilities and getting pain meds and getting the nausea meds and getting this. No, you throw it up, you shit it out, and you deal with it. And that will make you never want to go back. And just think, one more day, one more day, one more day. And by 30 days, your body is done rid itself of that. And you will be back on your feet. And you can look yourself in the face and go, you know what? I'm proud of you. You did this. But you have to go through that pain. You have to go through that withdrawal in order to never want to go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your consequence and your reward. That is your body's way of teaching you a lesson.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to learn that lesson through your ass.
Yeah, same.
All is learning through the ass.
Ever want that again? Don't put that in me again, because if you do, this is what we're going to go through.
Yep. That, and it's better to go through that withdrawal, because then you are cleansing yourself. You're cleansing yourself of that energy. You're cleansing yourself of that drug. You're cleansing yourself of the life.
And you're doing the work. You're doing the work. I mean, regardless of whether you want to or not, you're doing that work.
Yep.
You realize you're talking to me right now, right?
Well, I got halfway there. I love those. Trust me. But
every time she gets in the vehicle with me, I mean, never.
But you know, he just decided to put him down one day, and it worked, and that's great. I'm not like that. I have a very addictive personality, and what I have tried, I like, and I still do. Luckily, I've not tried many things.
I am still using this for my own personal reasons.
Yeah.
I was addicted to Mountain Dew, to the caffeine, to the chemicals in it. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I went to work one day, opened that Mountain Dew, took a drink, and it tasted like shit. I had to spit it out in the trash, and I was done.
Wow.
That's when I started drinking coffee.
Your body just said
no. And that's the way it's going to be with this. One day, I'm just going to put them down. I'm going to be done.
Yeah. See, I'm not that strong. I still have to have. Mine is I like the feeling in my lungs when I inhale.
That burn.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I'm addicted to.
Opioids. Okay, that's what I got addicted to when I broke my back and my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor said, here, it's not addictive. I asked for something non-addictive.
Yeah.
Right. As an addictive personality. And he gave me the highest opioid at that time. Can't remember the name of it. House, that TV show House. That's the one he took.
Vicodin.
Yes, Vicodin.
Oh.
Take them when you need them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know any different. I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like ibuprofen. Cool. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. My husband, he's on, I don't know, all kinds of things, hydrocodone.
And
all kinds of things. And if he doesn't take it for one day.
When I realized what that made me do, along with now that I know the entity that was also inside me, when I woke up the next day at 3:00 in the afternoon and thought there was a literal tornado in the neighborhood, I ran outside to help the neighbors, and there was no damage. And I walked back in my house and looked at it. I walked in the bathroom, I opened the bottle, I turned in the toilet, flushed it, stomped on the bottle because there was a refill, and I never looked back. I had no issue with doing that.
Wow.
But yeah.
I have the worst nerve disorder.
Yes, you do.
When I was told about that disorder, I was told when I was working for a foot doctor, and we had one client who had a crushing injury. I don't remember if she got run over, horse run over her foot. Anyway, it was a crushing injury, and he educated me on that specific disease, and he called it the suicide disease because nobody will continue on because the pain is constant. The pain is, and he said, this is a suicide disease. And every time she walked in, I remember thinking, this is the last time I'm going to see her. This is the last time I'm going to see her. And that's how I remember that disease when she told me about it.
I have complex regional pain syndrome, and I have the type that's advancing. So it doesn't just affect my foot anymore. It affects my organs. It affects my brain. It affects my emotions. It affects everything. Everything is nerve based. So they gave me a couple of options, and they put me on nerve blockers, and they put me on this, and they put me on that because they didn't know how to control my pain. I realized at what point that I was addicted, and I just said, I'm done. I'm done. And now when I go into the hospital and I'm in pain and they give me painkillers, I cry. I'm like, I really don't want to do this. And they just look at me like I'm crazy. But please, no, I need them right now. I actually need them. And not saying that I didn't then, but not the way that I was using them.
Right.
I mean, I had the option of, well, you can take these or you can get a ketamine pump that's, steady ketamine in your back. And no, I'd rather live with the pain. The pain, as Renee will laugh, and I say this as a Catholic, the pain that I walked brings me closer to Jesus. So, Kaysen, just hold on.
Yeah, okay, I was just going to jump on that.
Just hold on.
You're not fading away. You are realizing, accepting, and learning.
You're changing.
Understanding. You are beginning to affect a change. But sometimes doing that is very difficult because you don't know the next step to take tomorrow morning.
Kaysen, if you ever need help and you're asking for help, you can message any one of us.
Yes.
I get messages.
And I get being tired. But I'm going to have to give me a tally mark. I will be right back. And I will mute my mic, just, sound effects and everything since the bathroom's right next door. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. Zach went through that. Like one day he forgot to take his pills or he was out of one of them. I don't know what, but oh no, he got pissed off. He's like, I'm addicted and I'm done and I can't. And he was sick. And I said, you can't do this alone. You're on too many. You cannot do this without medical help. And that's where we're at this point, because no way.
Kaysen, peppermint. Go get peppermint oils. Go get lavender oils. Go get eucalyptus. Use your natural remedies. Peppermint, sniffing peppermint will help you calm your gut down. Whether it's nausea, it'll help with a headache. Use the natural remedies that you have there around you or that you can get your hands on. Peppermint tea, lavender tea, chamomile tea. There are things that you can do to help you through that point.
Yeah.
I get the gut issues, the throwing up, the diarrhea, the constipation, all of it. You just have to think to yourself that in the end, your body will start to heal and it'll start doing better. and those natural oils will help with that depression, and it'll help with the anxiety. That's the first thing that I go for is my natural oils. And where you're at, you should be able to get probably better quality ones than what we have here. So
maybe I've never looked for them.
I
Other
do.
Walmart.
I do the doTERRA. I do essential oils directly. I'm a big one on that because I know where they're harvested, and I know that they're all natural. So, but peppermint, Kason. Peppermint.
It's good for spiders too. Keep them out.
Yes.
We found a mouse the other day. Zach was like, I need you to set that trap. And I said, trap? Well, Mason told us about this electric trap where it's got batteries in it, and the mouse goes in there and it shocks it. Well, just make sure you don't stick your finger in there. But he says, I was in the bathroom and I heard scurrying around. I said, I told you I saw mouse shit on the bathroom windowsill. And he's like, well, I heard it. So we put that mouse trap in there, and the next day he's like, this thing weighs a pound. I swear it does. He goes, but we need to see if there's a mouse in there. And I said, all right, well, take it outside, slide the lid off, and just put it in the trash can. And he said, I don't need to. This great big tail sticking out tells me there's a mouse in there. I'm like, okay. He goes, this sucker's huge. I said, are you sure it was a mouse or a rat? He said, no, it was a mouse, but it was huge. I said, where's it coming in from? Because I don't know. But that's the only one we found so far. But peppermint is something that I have no problem putting around along with steel wool where they can't get in holes.
Yep.
Probiotics, the amount of probiotic that you have to take is absolutely astonishing. Everybody thinks that eating yogurt will help, that, taking a probiotic will help. You have to have over 500 billion units of probiotic in your system to reset a liver gut and to reset it.
Is Mason watching?
I don't know if Mason's watching. If so, I love you, Mason.
I just got a message from him. Said, my Chinese lady has an amazing green tea from China that tastes like nothing I've ever had. How did he know what we were talking about if he's not watching?
Kason, question. Did you get the jab? Just a curiosity. Did you?
Where he was at, probably not.
That's why I'm asking.
But look for a high probiotic count.
Yeah.
Like the highest. And eat that Greek yogurt, eat the natural yogurts.
Greek yogurt's so good.
Also, you might want to look into a parasitic cleanse. I'm going to myself. But as you do that, also look at binders, because as you rid your body of parasites, they like to hang on to heavy metals. And if they die in you, that will be released. So you need a binder to remove that toxicity from your system. Awesome. Good.
Okay. Kason, there's also stuff called take frankincense.
And yeah.
If you can't find frankincense pills, and take those frankincense. Frankincense are a wonderful frankincense wonderful. It helps with your cellular activity and your body healing. Zentracine helps with detoxing your body. So naturally find things to help you detox.
Let me have it.
This is something to look into also for healing.
Yep.
BPC 1.7.
I got it.
Yeah, frankincense. I'm actually going to be looking into that as well.
Yeah, I was showing Keith all the things that I take and that I do and do ghost.
I got it, buddy. It's all gone. I had to take his shock collar off.
I like all the purple in your background.
Oh, the fish tank.
Just got to say that because it's reflecting off the picture on your wall, and it's just purple, and I like it.
That's our nighttime fish tank. Oh, it's reflecting off the Egyptian picture.
Uh-huh.
Or the shadow box. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shadow box. Yeah, you can see it. It's got a mask in it that sometimes just looks really crazy. It's actually just an old hockey mask, but it looks crazy at times.
Kind of matches
I look crazy at times.
I look crazy all the time.
times.
Oh, just a side note here. Remember you were talking about we need mental health
Yes.
help. Well,
Yes, we do. I'm glad we can admit it.
I have not said anything or talked to Zach about any of that. You know, that the last time we talked about that was the 22-hour podcast. And he has come up with a thing called Come Together Compass program. And it's with the help of AI. And it's on our website now. And it actually encompasses AI as, you know, how some people use it as a boyfriend or whatever the hell they do.
Yeah.
This is for mental health.
Hmm.
And if you say certain words that make it sound like you're in trouble, it will also pull up the crisis hotlines in your area
Nice.
and all of the help that we are aware of in that area. So it's going to come in handy. It also comes in with, you know, like if anybody physical needs, access to free donated goods, mental health, real-time emotional support and self-care, community connection, where we're going to put this out where all communities can donate things that they would normally throw away, stores, things like that.
Awesome.
And people can get on there and say, I need such and such anonymously. Nobody has to know their name. Nobody has to, you assign them a number. They go to whatever area is donating and give them the number and get what they need.
I need water. I need socks.
Yeah.
Cool. There you
Yeah.
go.
So hopefully that's going to be on our app here pretty soon. But I thought that was
sort out.
great idea.
Do you want to go ahead and, you know, we might allow you to do a plug for Zach?
No, it's on his website. I don't know too much about it. This is all his thing.
But what is his Facebook?
Community Pay It Forward.
Community Pay It Forward.
It's mostly the website is communitypayitforward.us.
Nice.
But we have an app you can download now, which is really cool. A college actually did this for him for free. A bunch of students trying to get their time in on doing, you know, apps and different technology things. And they set the app up for him. So that's going to be something they can just, you know, what are you looking for? Click.
You know, we have, you know, the Community Pay It Forward is absolutely amazing. And Zach does a wonderful job bringing mental health awareness, you know, especially with our veterans.
Yeah.
We do a 22-hour podcast. I say we because I join it
every year.
Every year. And it's on. Go ahead, Adrienne. What date?
February 22nd.
So
2/22 because, and it started in 22 because at that point, 22 lives a day were lost to suicide, veteran suicide. Now it's much more.
So yeah, we tried to bring that forward. Hey, Nikki. We try to definitely help out the vets, get out some resources. But yeah. Cherry Seed. Zach does an amazing job. Amazing job. And yeah, he's constantly running podcasts and having ways to help out the community. So, and I'm gonna plug Keith again. We gotta get him into first place with the Face of Halloween. So please go to his page, go to the Otter's Den, vote.
Or just go to his profile. It's there. Just scroll down a little ways.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Otter's Den is unfindable, and I'm not sure why.
Zach is ready for bed after the 10th hour.
Jeremy! I knew Jeremy was still with us.
He really is. And what amazes me every damn year is he goes to bed for a couple hours and back up and just like nothing ever happened. And any other night, his ass is in bed at 9 o'clock and takes a nap during the day. But that day makes no difference. I don't get it. I can't do that. My ass don't stay up like that.
Well, my ass is going to have to go to bed because you know what? I had grandkids this weekend. I walked way too many miles in Santa Fe. Casein, run your wrists under cold water. That also helps. Or if you need a system reset,
Ground.
Take a bowl, put ice water in it, and literally stick your face in there for as long as you can handle it. And it will reset your body. The military uses this.
Yep.
And it's called a natural reset. So then it resets all of your nerves and everything else. Just don't drown yourself in it. It's the only thing I ask. But that cold water is a shock to your system and it'll reset. But keep your face in there for as long as you can to help reset your body and force yourself through keeping your face in there. And it's great for your pores.
Yep. Ice water in one hand, heat in 1 foot also works.
I am so sorry for giggling during that because my Scorpio slipped out a little bit when you said stick your face in. Sorry, not sorry.
This is where I know Keith's ready for bed.
Not yet. I don't have to work tomorrow.
What?
No, I got tomorrow off.
Yeah, I wish I did.
But we probably do need to get off of here and let everybody get some rest. Thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Discussing our own personal issues and cases in order to help other people learn. This is why we do what we do, to help other people. And sometimes talking about ourselves and our own shortcomings in the past can help other people.
I have a list of them if y'all want to know. You know?
Just put your face in it.
Oh, listen to my fruit salad.
Yeah, Mason was watching, Jim.
I love you, Mason. I miss you. So,
and
your other half, I love her too.
With the whole Faces of Halloween thing, like I said, it's for the Starlight Children's Foundation. But even if you can only give $1, guess what? That $1 is going to buy something. Don't be embarrassed by that donation. Same way with GoFundMe's, what have you. If it's for a good cause, if you can give $1, give $1. If you can give 50 cents, give 50 cents. Those people will be appreciative of that. I know. I've had to have GoFundMe's. I've still got one right now to help with the house since I got scammed.
Do you know where to find $1? Under a dollar.
I know somebody else is ready for that.
I did just plug my GoFundMe. I've still got it going because I got scammed out of $106,000 of my fire insurance money. And I'm struggling. I've got health issues. Got this, got that. I'm working my tail off when I really probably shouldn't be working. But I'm scraping by. But I have learned that asking for help is okay. Mm-hmm. Do I like it? No. But I have learned with help that it's okay to ask for help. So I'm asking for help in the Faces of Halloween and my GoFundMe. If you can't, great. That's fine. Share it out. Sharing is caring. Other people are going to see that. Maybe somebody that can give will see it. And that goes not for my GoFundMe, but for others too. When they come across your Facebook feed. If I see one and if it's for a good cause, if I can throw $20 out, I'll throw $20 out. even though I'm struggling. Paying it forward. It's going to come back to you somehow, some way, sometime. Speaking of that, if you're walking down the street and you see some guy throw a gum wrapper down on the sidewalk right next to a trash can, purposely let him see you bend down and pick that up and put it in the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to make that person think. That's going to hit their subconscious. You are going to teach people what should we say? Oh, you're welcome, Z-Sun. Thank you. And then we got...
Thank you, everybody, for letting me share my best friend.
Aw. Jeremy, stop worrying about what other people think, dude.
But he does have a point. The backlash, I did get some of that backlash. You're only doing this to get famous. No, I'm not. I'm doing it because I need the help. That's why I'm doing this. Am I getting my face out? Am I getting my name out in the process? Yes, I am. That may help me in the future so that I don't have to ask people for help.
Yes.
It's not to be famous. It's to help myself grow and support myself.
Or it could help others and they see that you can help them and they know how to find you at that point.
And it's to help those kids. That's the whole point of it, is to help those kids. Somebody's going to win it. Just like the Powerball jackpot tonight, somebody's going to win it. Might as well be me because I can help a lot of people, just saying.
Sending it out there.
So on that note, thank you everybody for joining us again on the RNN network, on the Otter's Den. And ladies, if you will, just bear with me a minute and stay on for just a moment longer after I close down the show. And everybody, just take next 8 months with a grain of salt, let things flow. And we're going to see a lot and learn a lot and understand a lot, and things are going to get easier if you allow it. Let things flow.
I love you guys where you're at.
And I will be right back.
And I love you, Adrienne.
I love you.
Love you all. Good night.
Night.
The engine is starting up.